Good afternoon. So we're just going to go ahead and go through the highlights for our COM 4221 Women's Voices for the Earth project. My name is Catalina Figueroa, and let's go ahead and continue. So for our highlights, we are going to be discussing some of WVE's missions and goals, our history and timeline, current messaging, as well as social media. Now, for the mission of WVE, we really do want to see a future free of toxic chemicals, so we are prioritizing menstrual equity by going ahead and promoting companies to be more transparent with their product ingredients, as well as taking that solidarity into action. Now, with our history and timeline, we were founded in 1995, and we do highly focus on transparency. We released a report called Feminine Care Unmasked, and in 2021 was our 25th anniversary. Our current messaging is focused on the cosmetic legislature that has been updated, company transparency, and ingredient safety. And we can be found on social media via Instagram on Women's Voices, on LinkedIn, Women's Voices for the Earth, and Twitter at Women for the Earth. Thank you.
So, to introduce myself, my name is Nia Ulysses, and I'll be speaking on events as well as resources and at-risk populations related to women's voices for the earth. So, starting, an upcoming workshop that is included is Our Stories, Our Flow, which is a conversation about periods. It's pretty much just targeted towards women, femmes, and individuals who have experience within menstruation, and they want a safe and supportive atmosphere to have these conversations about periods and health. So this is partnered with organizations such as Planned Parenthood and Love Your Menses, and pretty much just targeted around building a community and normalizing conversations about menstruation. Next, at-risk populations include people of color, indigenous individuals, and low-income communities, as well as last, women and menstruating individuals. So this is just a brief overview of who the at-risk populations are. Another one is included is nail and salon workers, being that they're exposed to various chemicals of concern every single day. Now moving on to resources itself, the first resource is the Green Parent Guide. It provides tips and actionable steps for parents to create non-toxic homes and like I said, they're for busy parents. So the tips include room by room tips, do-it-yourself recipes, and actionable items. Then we have fact sheets, which has to do with the 4 categories of menstrual and personal care products, safe cleaning, health salons, and safe cosmetics, as well as chemicals to avoid. And then lastly, it's just reports as well. All these are for easy access. And the additional reports or additional resources include the hotline, which is pretty much like a way for you to get real-time resources and information, and smaller international programs. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ruth, and I'll be focusing on the highlights for Women's Voices for the Earth. So, our first topic is going to be health issue, and our health issue is period health and menstrual equity. Women's Voices for the Earth is always promoting transparency in the labels and raising awareness about the health risk associated with toxic chemicals. Our target audience is Black and Hispanic women living below the poverty line. Our strength is that this is an accessible demographic. Our weakness, since we don't have an age group, it doesn't account for outliers, people with premature menopause, and other external factors. Our opportunities provide education and knowledge on menstrual equity, and censorship against menstruation from institution places a grave threat. Our first recommended improvement is to make links engaging. On the left, the link just says click here, which isn't very engaging for the consumer. But then on the right, you'll see the link says find out, which would make the consumer want to click on that link more. And our second improvement is to limit the number of links and or elements. So on the left, you see that this web page is very congested with so many links for so many different products. And then on the right, we narrowed it down to just menstrual products, and we only have about 6 links so that the consumer isn't overwhelmed. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Imani Wright, and I will be wrapping up this presentation for Women's Voices of the Earth. So, at the end of the day, the people that we're catering to, they need simplicity and understanding above all else. The four excerpts that we chose, their main improvement was plain language. They needed to get rid of the unnecessary jargon and just shorten the amount of words in each article. Same thing could be said for improving the quantitative info. At the end of the day, we as humans, we're visual, we're very simplistic creatures. So, any way you can make the info digestible and visually appealing so that it sticks better, that's the end goal. Same thing for these graphs, same things for this infographic that we also have. For our social media engagement, doesn't get any bigger than a celebrity like Jessica Alba, we would more than likely have a giveaway or a competition in order to win a chance to meet her. And for audience testing, at the end of the day, we proved that they need simplicity as well, not just in what they know, but what they don't know. So when we tested our 50, or when we surveyed our 55 participants, we found that they mostly used sanitary pads. And while they were aware of the danger in household cleaning products and the chemicals, they weren't aware of the hidden chemicals and dangers that menstrual care products could pose to them. Now, thankfully, most of them were relatively unharmed by those products, but thankfully there was hope because everyone unanimously voted that they wanted legal requirements on ingredient disclosure for their products, both household cleaning, which they do have but could use more of, as well as specifically for their menstrual products. In fact, most of them were even willing to pay more for those healthy and safe products, especially those identified by organizations like WVE. So again, want to thank you for looking at this presentation. Huge thanks again to Nia, Ruth, and Catalina. And if you want to learn more about this, suggest you check out our final written health project. And with that, we bid you farewell. Bye-bye.